I think, and definitely the temptation. Like I think if I know our guys well enough, we will go until our arms fall off. There's no epinephrine in country. There, like, we have utilized absolutely every resource possible, and we'll only stop until somebody makes us stop. So I don't think the idea is to give us the excuse to keep going. It's when is it realistic? Like, even if we did bring him back, Steve is not going to be Steve anymore.
Right, right. And in a big trauma, I remember a story that our friend Sean from the Prolonged Field Care Working Group told me once of, having a team out in the field doing ACLS for a trauma victim. And I think they'd been going for an hour when he called him, and he's like, guys, this guy's not coming back. You've done everything. He has an unsurvivable, traumatic arrest, probably hypoxia from severe hypovolemia. And unless you had a surgeon who could get in there and tie off whatever is hemorrhaging, he's not coming back. I mean, telemedicine is not a bad thing to invoke, during a cardiac arrest if you have a bandwidth. I think it would be a great thing to invoke. And Sean's story is instructive that you're right, that team probably would have kept going. We might still be there. And this was years ago. Because if it is one of your teammates, of course, it's going to be hard for you to say, let's stop. And you need somebody outside who's objective to say, hey, you've done everything you can. He has an unsurvivable injury, or an unsurvivable cardiac process. You have to stop.
Yeah. And I think it's one of those things like in training, super easy. Like, oh, we've been doing this for like 3 whole minutes. Like, all right, like we're deployed. Like we shouldn't have even started. We're calling it. But when it's your teammate, it's your loved one, it's, fill in the blank. Like you're not thinking straight.
Right.
You can think medical. You can think this is the algorithm. We're doing the algorithm. We're doing the battle drill. But to stop is like a mountain that I don't think a person with a soul is willing to cross.
Yeah, that's the hardest time I ever had. And I'm generally the team leader in all the codes that I respond to. And certainly all the ones that happen in the ICU when I'm in service. The hardest one I ever had to tell the team to stop was an 18-year-old who was one of our patients, who arrested. And that's as close as it, even though he's not my kid, and that